Ladies and gentlemen, boys and MBs, welcome back to Hellstorm Wargaming. I hope you're doing well. Welcome to this bloody live stream. Welcome in. Hello, hello, hello. I hope you're all doing well. Thanks so much for popping by. Thanks so much for tuning in. We've got some new 40k to talk about today. I apologize I missed it yesterday. I have just had, like I said, just absolutely insane week, it feels like. So today we are going to be looking at the brand new stuff that is coming out for 11th edition, and we are starting with today World Eaters. Let me know if you've seen them. Let me know if you've read up on them, what you think about them. But I know they've definitely revealed some new rules, which is super exciting. They've shown off cleave as a function. Like, officially, we've had some rumors about what cleave will do. We didn't know what it was going to do initially, or we had like rumors of, but now they've clarified it, which is super cool. I'm just going to tell the entirety of my Discord that I've just gone live, and then we'll crack straight on. 1 second, let me get this up. It's World Eater time. So let me know who you are, where you're watching from, what's going on with you, and yeah, let's jump into the old World Eaters. But yeah, chat, I've been absolutely rammed because I've got this, I got lock and load this weekend, which is super exciting. Super exciting. I've just been preparing for it. I was sharing some stuff that I'm going to be doing for it with the parasocial gang, so they've kind of seen some little spoilers, as it were, for lock and load for mine, because I'm doing some classes, I'm doing some seminars, and yeah, and then I'm doing some streaming. I'm streaming their keynote again, but for the classes and seminars, I'm doing basing, like how to base miniatures. I'm also doing how to paint undead flesh and how to weather things, like weather warjacks. So it's just been like full on. I've been like printing miniatures, making miniatures, but then actually like preparing them for the classes. It's just been a bit crazy, little bit crazy. So, but I think it's gonna be good. And then tonight, I'm going away tonight because I'm at a wedding tomorrow, and then I'm going to the wedding, which is like Liverpool area, like that end. And then I'm driving back Friday morning to then give 3 classes and then do the stream. So it's just like full on. And it's funny because it's in Sheffield. So it's like I'm traveling like 3 hours away to travel 3 hours back to go to this event, which is in my hometown. So I'm literally doing the thumbnail image. That's literally me. I would never fake a thumbnail image. That's literally me. I'm going to use that in my next video. So it's gonna be good. It's gonna be good. I'm excited. I'm just like, just rammed, bro. Just absolutely rammed. What time mean to randomly open my subpage, waffle me through this repulsive execution of painting. Oh, nice, dude. What chapter are you going for? What chapter are you going for? What scheme should I say more specifically? I don't think you've ever painted a normal chapter in your life. Does that make your basing tutorial base by default? It does, yeah. It's been a bit funky though, because it's the way that Steamforge has got it set up. I think normally if I was going to do a class, I'd be like, hello, I'm really good at doing, I don't know, yeah, I'm really good at doing dry brushing, so I'll do a class on dry brushing. But Steamforge have gone, we want to do these 3 things, can you do it? And I've obviously said yeah. And now I'm coming to do it. I'm a bit nervous, but it should be good. If you come in, it's going to be good. If you're not coming, it was literally the best class. You should have seen it. There is still time to grab a ticket if you want to. It's War Machine presents Lock and Load EU. I appreciate it's a War Machine based event, but it might be pretty fun to go to anyway, to go have a nosy, see what's going on. There's obviously like loads of stuff about War Machine in terms of miniatures. There's loads of stuff about the lore of War Machine. There's also Painting War Machine. There's also the P3 painting sessions. There's the painting classes and seminars that I'm doing. There's the big keynote, which will be a big reveal stream, which might get you hyped. Maybe you could just tune into that if you don't want to actually go, but you can grab tickets. I mean, if you've never done War Machine, I wouldn't recommend a 3-day VIP. You can just come for a tenner and come have a look around, which isn't too bad if you're local, you know. I don't know what that includes or what it excludes, but it's only a tenner, you know what I mean? But if you go locked and loaded, then you can see all the things you can actually book on. Now, if you have a VIP pass, you get access to everything. I don't know how it works if you don't. So yeah, it should be good. Should be good. Can you get more people than the UK UKGE AOS tournament? Yeah, I can leak. Wait, let me just double check. I can't show you because that would be rude. But I can look. One sec, let me leak. I can leak that Friday from 2. I can confirm that in all of 3 sessions, which I think is limited to like 25 people per session, I have more than the UK Games Expo Age of Sigmar tournament coming. Out of a potential 25 per session, I think. Or maybe it's like 20 or 25, I think. Something like that. Actually, no. It's 100. Ignore me. It's 100. I have more coming in each one. Shall we check how many UK Games Expo tickets have sold? It has been abysmal, hasn't it? This fucking event. This event has been abysmal. Oh, bro, they've dropped it to 32. Oh, bro, they've dropped it to 32, and there's 17 remaining, which means they've sold 15 tickets. Yeah, I have more people coming. We're all good. Oh, brother. Oh, brother. I'll show what we've done. There we go. Is it still the only one of the events that not offer flights and accommodation? Yes. They do not offer any flights. And now we can say this isn't a mistake because they've updated the listing to 32 tickets instead of like 100. Let's have a look at 40k. 40k's dropped to 128 as well. Because it was 2 300-player events. And now it's like 128 and 32. Chat, is AOS dead? I think AOS might be dead. Now, do you know what I think's dead? The idea of paying £125 for a ticket. I've been kind of like umming and ahhing. I've been umming and ahhing about going to these events. Or like going to the 40k one. It's the 100. I'm a YouTuber that does Warhammer, right? I do 40k almost exclusively. I do a lion's share of my content is 40k. I can't justify this price to go to a tournament because I've not. The thing is with it is like, it's not only 125 quid, right? It's not only 125 quid, which now includes the cost of the event pass, because that was another 50 quid on top. It was 125 quid plus an event ticket, which would have made it 175. The sales didn't go well, so they've clearly dropped the price. So it's 125 quid. That gets you into the tournament. Chat, it's like £25 a day to park at UK Games Expo. Okay? It's like £25 a day. All right? So we're talking 200 quid to get into the event. Now, if you don't live locally, because £25 a day parking is ridiculous, but that's just a UK Games Expo thing. That's not in control. That Games Workshop don't control that. But it's like, if you are going to just the event, not including fuel to travel, we're just going to tournament. Right, and it's just the cost that we get, how we get there. It's £200 to attend this tournament. Okay, this isn't including food, it is including drinks, it isn't including accommodation, it is including fuel. As soon as you put accommodation in there, chat, you're looking at like 700 quid. You know, you're looking at 700 quid for this event. And it's like, this is one of the reasons why when I contacted UK Games Expo and they told me how much I would have to pay, I wasn't rude. I just kind of left it, you know, because I was like, I'm going to have to charge people £100 a ticket, right? And I'm going to have to sell 150 tickets to break even if I'm lucky. And that's without streaming the tournament, which was another £5 grand. You know? It's ridiculous pricing, and then the thing is with that is like, that's just the ticket price. Like I said, £125 gets you into the tournament. It's actually quite reasonable. It's all the other costs on top. because you got to pay like 25 quid a parking per day or whatever it is. It's so much cheap. I know it's well expensive. I know that for sure. Someone who's been 3 times in a row, it is the largest spend of the weekend is parking. So much so that me and Georgie are thinking about going on the train. It's just so expensive. And then it's food. You know what I mean? Because like you're in a venue. You're in the NEC. You can't bring outside food. There's also nowhere to go for outside food. You know, there's like there's the NEC and then there's the Pleasure Land or whatever it's called across the way, which is just like well expensive as well. So it's like it's just so much. It's so much money. Like I'm going to UK Games Expo anyway, so all of those costs I've kind of had to write off and go, yeah, I've got to spend that. But then it's like it's still £125 to play in a tournament, and I've already got a ticket. I've already got a press pass, so I don't need to buy. I'm essentially paying 50 quid for another pass I don't need. You know what I mean? If I'm saying that the ticket's 75 plus a pass. So I understand why people aren't going. However, for Age of Sigmar to only sell 15 tickets is absolutely ridiculous. That does tell me the game is dead. You know? Not only the cost throwing people off, because the cost is thrown off like 200 places for 40k, you know what I mean? The biggest war game on the planet, they can't even get 200 players. I'd love to go to UK Games Expo, but having to fly over makes it insanely expensive. No, I totally agree. Look, let's be honest. If I wasn't taken by Steamforge, I wouldn't have gone to Adepticon this year. I was very lucky that they wanted me to go do some work for them. So, like I said, otherwise I wouldn't have gone. You know what I mean? I would have never have gone because I just can't afford it. It's so, like traveling is so expensive. Back those costs, yeah, literally. £35 a day. Shall I double check? UK parking. I can't find it. Exhibitor car parking? I don't know. It's expensive anyway. It's well expensive. You're looking at like 50 quid, if not more. 50 to 70 quid for fucking parking. Who's betting GW learn all the wrong lessons from this? Most likely. The only reason they're doing this, they're not going to do it next year. They're doing it for 11th edition, you know. They're doing this for 11th edition, but Age of Sigmar, they're kind of tagging it along because they're there, you know what I mean? I don't think Games Workshop are going to be at Expo next year. I honestly think they won't be there. How many have they done for Kill Team? They sold 41 tickets for Kill Team. That's an £85 ticket, and it includes a press pass. I keep calling it press pass. An entry badge. So that's like a £30 ticket, which is quite reasonable, I would say. Grand Clash. That only includes a weekend ticket, so that includes Saturday, Sunday, and that's only 50. How much is Saturday, Sunday? Like 30 quid or something. The problem is you look at every other one. You know what I mean? You look at every other event. The official Marvel Crisis Protocol GT is £4. You know what I mean? It's like, okay, cool. Cool. It's only a one day. The official Star Wars Legion GT is 12. The official Warhammer Age of Sigmar is 125. You know, the way that UK Games Expo have it set up though, so I don't know who's who. There's two ways you can run an event. There's how Games Workshop will be doing it, and how I was going to do it is you go and run an event, you know, and they charge you rent space, basically rent and table space. But if the other way you can do it is you can run it for Games Expo, where they charge tickets, they keep all of the money, you basically do it for the love of the game, which is, I imagine, where these prices are, you know, like these random, like a 13, 11, whatever. They've kind of gone, oh, we need X amount for pricing, so they've got, okay, we'll charge that much then, you know. That's why there's such a discrepancy in pricing. It's because, like, these cheap ones, it's because the UK Games Expo is running them, so they're not charging themselves rent, so they can charge nothing for the prices, for the ticket, sorry. But yeah, that's not to discredit how UK Games Expo do things, but it's like so expensive. So expensive. You may get a golden ticket, but iOS doesn't give you like accommodation. No, well, none of them give you accommodation, but the 40k one includes airfare. Yeah, it includes airfare to World Championships, which is in Barcelona. So it's actually a really small price. It's kind of tight, in my opinion, to run an official Games Workshop event and only offer airfare. Because when I went, they offered airfare and accommodation from Warhammer World, which is pretty sick. It's not like they're suddenly not making the money, but they're clearly gone, these events aren't making money because it's costed us so much to do, you know? Maybe I do it next year. Maybe I just go, fuck it, £125 a ticket, everyone. Yeah. Because all the other ones are airfare. Airfare. It's clearly not a mistake. Airfare. Ticket. It'll be 150 next year. Yeah, I'll charge 150, chat. Don't worry about it. I could do it. I could do it. Yeah, it's just I've been umming and ahhing about it for like weeks. And I just don't know if I should go or not. Chat, what would you do? I feel like you just say don't go. I just like £125 is ridiculous. Event should be a loss leader for GW. Yeah, they should be. Yeah, they definitely should be. They should definitely be. This is what this is. This is advertisement for 11th edition. That's all it is. Because the company's so stuck in their ways of doing classic sort of advertisement of like, oh, well, go set up a stand, you know? I mean, it works, but it's like, they're so against online advertisement these days. Only from their own channels. That, yeah, it's just like, this is a loss leader, but they're like, we can't lose money on it, we've got to charge £125. Yeah, very odd. Very odd. Then when we thought you had to pay £125 for all of them. It feels like an event as large as UK GE, their focus should be on 11th demo games instead of trying to make money on the GT. Yeah, I think they've kind of just gone, we'll do both at the same time. Because they'll have the sales team will be running like the stand for doing demos, right? And then the events team will be running the event. Yeah, as far as I understand, Games Workshop will have nigh on the largest stand ever like conceived at a UK Games Expo. But UK Games Expo is also the largest it's been at this year. I think they're like 6 halls now or something, when it's always been 3 or 4. So I think they've like, not that Games Workshop have bought out an entire hall, but they've bought out a lot of one big hall. I know that for sure. And then they've got the events together. It's kind of like, I think maybe that's where the rumours coming from of like the biggest stand that UK Game Expo has ever seen. It's because they've got their tournament area in their stand, essentially. Do we know if they're going to have an 11th presence at all? I think they're keeping it hush-hush because they don't want to reveal when the stuff's going on sale. When the 11th edition is going on pre-order, but I would imagine so. Considering the timeline of like the end of May, then yeah, they're definitely going to have a big 11th edition presence. It's just all going to be 11th edition demos. Yeah. But yeah, it feels like because normally, you know, we're going to do it. MS Paint time. Because normally, right, you've got like a hall, okay? You've got like a hall, right? A hall like this. And this is like where all the stands are, you know what I mean? And then you got like, you know, you got like tables, 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 etc. You know what I mean? Like that sort of shit, whatever. And then they kind of have like a room tacked onto the side. And then this is tournaments, you know, so you got like tournaments. Like this, you know what I mean? that's kind of how it's set up. There's multiple rooms, whatever. There's more rooms over here. There's fucking room here. There's fucking rooms there, whatever. But that's like the general gist. It sounds like, from what I've heard, I could be wrong. It's all hearsay, just from people I know who work there and stuff. Like, this is the main hall. So this is the main entrance here, right? And then you're gonna have your Terminator here. And then you got like this fucking massive stand. This is like the biggest hall in NEC. Yeah, so this is the GW stand, right? Maybe like this. Right, this is the shop. Or maybe I don't know if this is the layout, but this is what this is all hearsay and imagination now. This is the shop. You know, this is demo. And then this is tournament. So like it feels like they're wrapping it all in together. And then everyone else's tournaments are like over here. You know what I mean? Like you can go over there, lad. And then in this tiny hall, they've got like a couple of stands here. There's a couple there, there's a couple there. But what it sounds like, they've basically bought out an entire hall. It's absolutely massive. So yeah, doorway, main entrance, UK Games Expo, little statue, mogged by Big Terminator, because they love carrying that fucking Terminator around. They might even have a new one. They might even have a new, like, figure or statue or whatever, because that Terminator's 3 years old. You know, that was a Leviathan. Now they might have a big Blood Angel. They might even have a big Ork, you know. Could be cool. Could be cool. So yeah, but that's what I understand, unless I'm completely wrong. But it sounds like it's all the same area that they've got everything together. Whereas that's just like normally not the case. It's normally like tournaments are in another hall. So anyway, yeah, don't know if I want to fucking go. So I've decided. I'm being very indecisive, so much so I'm probably not going to bother. I think what I'll end up doing, if I won't lie, chat, is I'll end up going and playing the card game. Where is it? Events. UKG events. Yeah, I'll just end up just like fucking... Fuck it with ball. Where's Gundam? There it is. There's like some Gundam events that are happening on the Saturday. Or Sunday and Friday as well. The side events. So yeah, I might end up going to do this. I don't know. Oh, it doesn't say how many players there are. Go, but drop after the first round. You always spend £125 and drop after the first round. Well, that's how I know he's making too much money. That's how I know that man's making too much fucking money. They don't leak docs anything. It's just my mobile hotspot. Surely not. No, it's the... Maybe. I hope it didn't. I'll be there Saturday playing Star Wars. Nice, dude. Nice. Alright. Let's talk about World Eaters, shall we? Let's have a look at World Eaters. Let's see what's going on with those bad boys. So, Games Workshop put out an article yesterday. Faction-focused World Eaters. Sorry it took a while to get into it. We were just chatting. I enjoy chatting, chat. What can I say? So they put an article out for World Eaters. I haven't looked at it at all. I've only seen snippets of people talking on Reddit and stuff, but I haven't actually like watched the video or read the article. So let's get into said video. So we've got Faction World Eaters, the sound of heavy chain blades and raucous screaming, and the bloodthirsty World Eaters. I wish Zoom worked on where your mouse was, not where you clicked last. So World Eaters is quite a small army, one of the newest factions in the game outside of Emperor's Children, really. Chat wouldn't be chat if you didn't chat. You know what? True. Based.
Hello and welcome to another Warhammer 40,000.
Can't believe Eddie's not changed his t-shirt. Literally a part-timer.
Faction focus. Today we are looking at World Eaters. I am joined by Herald of Khorne, Adam Camilleri. Adam, thanks for joining us.
My absolute pleasure.
Yeah, good. It didn't leak anything other than your hotspot password. So if you're outside your house, you can stay your Wi-Fi. I can't believe I've got to change my hotspot password from 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I can't believe I'm going to change my Wi-Fi password now. That is fucking ridiculous. And the name of my computer. I'm going to rename my computer and password. God damn it. I can't believe I did that. My actual Wi-Fi passwords are very secure, but my mobile hotspot one is very lazy. All right? Okay. Because the Wi-Fi in my office is well shit. You know, I used to have loads of connection issues, and then I run a cable from my PC to my router, which is downstairs, because for some reason I seem to live in a Faraday cage where even though my Wi-Fi hotspot is on top of a bookshelf in the front room, it can't come through the floor. Okay, so I get no Wi-Fi in this room, even though my house is like, it's like 2 up, 2 down. Okay, it's not huge. So I've run a cable to my computer, and then like I watch videos there while I'm like editing, while I'm like converting or painting or whatever. I put videos on the screen, and then like my fucking iPad can't watch videos, so I have to like hotspot to my computer. Isn't that stupid? Isn't that fucking stupid? Also great that I can turn my computer to a hotspot, but I have to hotspot my iPad to my computer, which is connected with a 10-meter cable downstairs that doesn't use the full 10 meters because I can't get internet in my office. There's people out here like melting rivers to like fucking like Google like how many people live in a city when they use ChatGPT, but I can't get Wi-Fi in my office. Literally, two tier state. That's what I say.
We have 3 brilliant detachments that are going to add so much playability to so much of the World Eaters range. You guys are going to be spoiled for choice.
So
imagine just Adam Troke off to one side, man in a clothing rail, preparing Eddie's next 20 costume changes for each match focus to maintain the pretense of not being filmed in the same day. Is he wearing this t-shirt for 6 weeks, it feels like? Get a mesh router for the office. I don't know what a mesh router is, but I should probably look at it. But it is stupid, right? Like I said, it's literally like... The router is like almost directly below me. Maybe it's 1 room over. I don't know.
Even before the new edition has launched, I've heard a lot of people saying that World Eaters are in a very strong place. How do you think they're going to do in the new edition?
So yeah, World Eaters have had an interesting journey through the previous...
I love that. That was some insightful commentary on World Eaters. You know, World Eaters, strong place. Hopefully they'll do 11th. We had the same thing in our house when we moved in and got one of Vodafone's own boosters. They guaranteed the same speed upstairs. I thought bollocks was proven an absolute fool. So I've got like a Wi-Fi booster, right? I got like a Wi-Fi booster thing from Sky, because I'm with Sky. And it's like a plug-in one. And it does shit. It don't do shit. It's really bad. I tried it upstairs. I tried it upstairs and it wouldn't connect. So I put it the closest plug socket, which is also downstairs, and that doesn't do anything either. So I just need to phone Sky. But do you know what I hate doing as a millennial? Talking to people on the phone. You know what I hate? Because they just make you do stuff that's well stupid. You know? They're like, turn the router off, and it's like, please shut up, right? Please shut up. Just fix it, all right? I'm telling you an issue. I'm not going to sit here and fucking turn the router off, turn it back on for you to go, oh, it doesn't seem to... Has that fixed your problem? And I go, no. And they're like, oh. Well, have you tried? And I'm like, no, there's an issue. Give me a better router. Don't give me fucking tacky... Do you know what I should also do? I should just buy a new router. You know what I mean? Can you actually reset the router again? Literally! Oh my god, it's so annoying. It's fucking annoying. So yeah, I just need to get a better router for my... I'm using the Sky one, and I shouldn't. You know what I mean? But it's just annoying for like mostly for my iPad, because my computer's hardwired now. I have mobile data on my phone. Yeah, I tried the mains Ethernet one, but because I live in such an old house and it's rented, so I don't want to do actually any work to it. All the ones that I bought, I tried 3 different brands. My plug sockets are too close to the floor, so I can't plug them in. You know, when you plug in like a normal plug, like you plug in this, most people don't care about this, but you plug in the normal plug and like the cable's like doing this because it's so close to the floor because it's built in the fucking 1920s or something stupid. I don't know. Get that one minion. There's a minion router. I need a minion router. Minion router. Oh my god. It's shockingly good. That's what I need in my life. Yeah, I need this to fix my internet. Banana Wi-Fi. Chat, am I a millennial because I said banana like that? Am I boomer? I said it the other day because I was playing Gundam. My friend Andy. He's lovely. Andy's been on the channel. We played on that like POV game we did. And he had Barnager links. I spelled it wrong. Barnager links. So I jokingly said, he was like, I'm going to play Banner. And I was like, banana. If you experience packet loss, it'll say bottom and laugh. Bro, I need that fucking router. Can I buy it? Can I buy it? The irony of talking about my router and then randomly getting a split second drop. 0.8 seconds I was down for. Look, I'm fucking complaining about my router and then you dropped. Look, just like, why don't you just... Sky? Why don't you just kill yourself? Alright? Sky, company, brand. Why don't you just kill yourself? Please. Do us all a favour. God damn it. They know. They want me to hate it more? Let's not do it randomly throughout the day. Let's do it while he's talking about it. Make him hate us more. Yeah, sure. Fuck it. Get him. Get him.
The meta needs to be, how punchy the meta needs to be. They've had ups and downs, and I think especially the new detachment structure system, where you have your detachment points that you can spend to construct in different ways, means that you're not locked into one ideology or one set of profiles that your detachments are enhancing. The fact that you can take some of the existing very strong and well-versed detachments in the codex.
I'll bump the volume, but he's just riffing. Bro, just riffing. He's just saying words, you know what I mean? He's like the ideology of the army, the enhancement of the enhancements. He's just talking words, bro. They're like, guys, these videos are too short compared to the Space Marine one. Just can you fill for like 30 more seconds?
Then add potentially any of these three along for the ride. I think really is going to spread the net wider on what world it is can combat and easily, devour.
Right. Well, let's dive in with the.
I think you know what I mean. You catch my drift.
First of those detachments, we've got the Butchers of Khorne, and this is a detachment that focuses on Terminator squads.
Yes, this is
Terminators.
We don't quite call them Red Butchers yet, but this is all about those said units.
Yeah, don't call them Red Butchers. That's just teasing.
This is an amazing ability. Whilst a friendly Terminator squad is engaged, you will make that unit-specific Blessings of Khorne roll. You will roll 8 dice and select one of the Blessings of Khorne to be active exclusively for that squad for the remainder of the fight, I guess, for the remainder
and
of
you get
turn.
that as well as the...
He said so many words there, and I didn't even take any of them in. He said so many words. At the start of the fight phase, they can make a Blessings of Khorne roll and use the results to activate one Blessing of Khorne. So in the phase, that Blessing of Khorne is active for friendly Terminator squads, in addition to any other Blessings of Khorne. Did he say that? I was like trying to type Warhammer Community to get the article up, but I don't think he actually said anything there. Look, I love Adam. Adam's wonderful. He's just like riffing so much there. You roll an additional Blessings of Khorne. So that is pretty good. But it's Terminators. How many points are Terminators for World Eaters these days? Chat, are you a World Eaters player? When's the last time you played Terminators? Let me know. Don't say 4th edition. Don't say 4th edition. Terminator Squad. What are they called? World Eaters? Chaos Terminator Squad? Chaos Terminators. Sure, they're not called World Eaters Terminators until you click on the profile. Not a fair comparison because I fucking love Terminators. I mean, the Chaos Terminators are sick. They're 175 for 5. That's actually relatively cheap. Hey, boy. Chat, we've been blessed by a little Inky who's looking out the window. You have a look out the window? What are you up to? Can I take a picture of you? Is that okay? Do I have your permission? Chat, he's just fucking chilling. Look at this boy. He's just chilling. Look at him. He's just chilling out the window. Having the best time. Having the best time. Anyway. I played Terminator's list from Australia. That was fun. Oh, really? Okay. I mean, it's 350 points for 10, which also isn't awful. Sonny is fucking pissing it down. He's just enjoying watching that. He's got like a thing of watching out the window at the minute. So he's like, I'm scared he's going to like see the front door and be like, whoa, that goes to the outside place that I keep looking at. I'm going to go look there. It makes you want to lead train him so much. But he, like the idea of putting a harness on him and the scratches that I'll end up with sounds awful. It sounds terrible. Yeah, it's just blown out. It's just bright, that's all. Because obviously it's dark in here. So, but yeah, I want to lead train and take him outside. But like the idea of putting a harness on him scares me. We get like Joe Martin very kindly sent us some Christmas outfits for the cats, like little Santa outfits. There's like one picture. I don't think I'll be able to find it very quickly. There's like one picture. Let me just see. I can't remember. It's like December. There's one picture of like Cloud in one, and it's just already fallen off, and she's like sprinting as fast as she can. You know what I mean? It was before then, I think. I don't remember when they arrived. That's the problem. It was like, when did we do Secret Santa? It was after I got back from Japan, I believe. That would make a lot of sense. But yeah, they were like, nah, bro. Fuck this shit. I am out. I'm so out. Oh, I found it. Here's the one image. Here's the one image. Look at that. Just like, she's already out of it. We put her down. She was already out. She was not a fan. She was not a fan. Look, she's all blurry because she's moving so fast. That was it. Those are the two pictures I got. There's not enough catnip in the world to dress up or put something on a cat for more than 30 seconds. I see so many people like walking their cats, you know, like online, not in real life. I know like Slimehouse has done it as well. He's like trained his cat. But ours are just like menaces in a good way. They're very fun. But like trying to put something on them, awful. But yeah, maybe a harness, maybe just like put him in it and then give him loads of treats. Are you sleeping now, are you? You had too much sun. Yeah, it's fast stuff. Anyway, sorry.
The normal blessings, which are wide.
It's in addition. It is really, really powerful.
So as long as you've got your Terminators where Khorne wants them to be, which is taking skulls.
Correct. So you can see you have the perfect information before you commit the squad to the fight, because of course you'll roll at the start of your player turn, and you'll determine which of your blessings.
Start of your player turn.
Of Khorne are active, and then once you make into the fight, you can make another roll and select the one you missed out on or the one you were trying to get. So theoretically, if you didn't quite get the roll that you wanted, I think this is a fantastic ability. It's extremely powerful when you take into effect what those abilities could be. That could be devastating wounds you're giving out exclusively to that unit. That could already be having sustained and so many other different abilities attached to it. I think this is fundamental to Terminators getting straight back into the game.
And they only get better, really, with the enhancements.
I think this is just like you don't have Red Butchers, so here's like Red Butchers Light. You know what I mean? It feels like they're kind of making it like, well, you don't have Red Butcher models, which like I think World Eater players are just like desperate for like a unique Terminator unit. They really want it. I think if you asked any Red Butcher player, any World Eaters player, you said what new unit would you want, they'd probably say new Terminators. You know. They probably say a lot of other things as well. If they're like an old school World Eater player, they probably like Red Butchers. This is just Red Butchers Light, this detachment. So it looks pretty good. I'm not saying it's bad. I'm not saying that's necessarily a bad thing, but it's just kind of like, it feels like they're throwing them a bone. You know, of like, you can't have the Red Butchers because we don't want to sell you any for some reason. You know, what we'll do is you can have like Red Butchers Light. There's my old flatmate toilet train their cat. There's something surreal about having a cat run into the bathroom, take a dump in the toilet when you're brushing your teeth. No, I've seen that as well. Yeah, they've got like little, you know, there's those little fucking like things you can get for a toilet seat, right? You put cat litter in, and then you just like make it bigger and bigger until they're just shitting in the toilet.
And the stratagem. So one of the enhancements we've got there is Gore Stained Veterans. This is an upgrade, which means it applies to the entire unit.
It's good.
And it makes that Terminator squad even punchier.
just hits on twos. A weapon skill plus 1 weapon skill. They'll just hit on twos unless there's any negative modifiers. That usually you would have to attach a character that would bring a like-minded ability. In a lot of ways, we talk about the mathematical efficacy of sustained hits 1.
Or you might.
Being similar to...
Oh, bro, that was savage. I didn't know Adam had it in him. So I didn't know Eddie had it in him. Oh my goodness, that was... One, who's talking about the mathematical efficacies of sustained 1? You might. Oh, bro, that was that was so good. I'm sorry, Inky, I've scared you. That was sick. How did that stay in? That was so sick. Bro, I'm sorry. I did not know Sir had game. Look at him trying to hold off that smile. Look at him. He's trying to hold it in. Oh my god. What a fucking read, bro. I didn't know he had it in him. Yeah, fair play. You know what, Eddie's just got a lot of respect for me for those 2 words. Those 2 words, so much more respect. Old one take strikes again. The fucking mathematical efficacies of the sustained 1. That's such a funny thing to say. It's absolutely fucking throw him under the bus. I need to hear it again.
Interactive, and then once you make into they could already be having sustained and so many other different abilities attached to it. I think this is fundamental to Terminator's getting straight.
Why is it going dark?
Back into the game.
And they only get better, really, with
Let me put it on YouTube. It's been...
the...
Oh, that's why. My Zoom finally worked. Let me put it on YouTube.
Enhancements and the stratagems. So one of the enhancements we've got there is gore-stained veterans. This is an upgrade, which means it applies to the entire unit, and it makes that Terminator squad even punch.
I'm not going to pause it. Watch his face, though.
Weapon skill. They'll just hit on twos unless there's any negative modifiers. That usually you would have to attach a character that would bring a like-minded ability. In a lot of ways, we talk about the mathematical efficacy of sustained hits 1.
Or you might.
Being similar to hitting on twos. It's a similar exchange to hitting on twos.
He loved it! He fucking loved it! Oh, that was good. That was good. You know what? Fair play. Claps in chat for Eddie. Claps in chat. Fucking wonderful work. Good work, my good sir. Eddie's probably having to put up with the hose pipe of keywords and hype during all these videos and finally lost his composure. I love that lost his composure was just like... that was it. You might. Wonderful. Wonderful fucking work, my friend. Wonderful fucking work. Anyway, where were we?
Twos off, but the sixes get added in as opposed to replacing the twos. When you just have sustained or lethals or devastating wounds or any of the other myriad abilities you get for the blessings roll and +1 weapon skill, that unit just levels up. And I think this is a fantastic. It's a unit upgrade as well. It's not attached to a character.
So you can put it on a big unit of 10 Terminators. All of a sudden, all of those guys hitting on twos, even the chain fist to be hitting on threes.
Yep.
That's pretty scary.
Those will be rated E for everyone.
Yeah, cool. And then some great stratagems to go with that as well.
See that he's trying to get a little joke in because he's been savage. He's been mocked. He's been mocked by Eddie. You know, Adam's trying to get his aura back. Didn't work. Fell flat. E for everyone. Cringe. That's just cringe, bro. Get mocked. Eddie, look at him. Look at peak male performance. Soy boy. Oh, my zoom has fucked the video there, so 1 sec. I'm not going to make you watch it a third time. We've watched it twice. That's enough. So you have Trophy for the Throne next.
Opposed to replacing the twos. When you just...
Terminators, all of a sudden, all makes it punch harder into the really big stuff.
Yes, this is one command point, fight phase, of course. It's, well, it is pretty much all going to be fight phase. But your unit's attacks against monsters and vehicles will have +1 to wound. Now, there are
That's really good.
anti-monster, anti-vehicle abilities that are available for the Exalted 8.
Let's have a look at what their actual strength and abilities are in combat. They have the cursed weapons, which is strength 5. They have chain fist, which is vehicle 3+, so it literally makes no difference. Paired cursed weapons, so the twin lightning claws is probably the big one, but then also power fists at strength 8. So the problem is with world eaters is, well, terminators in particular, how many chain fists can they take? 2, I want to say. Yeah, they can take 2 chain fists. That's only 6 attacks it can do with vehicles. It also does nothing to monsters. So getting +1 to win against monsters is probably the big thing here, you know. Hey lad, have you come back, have you? Jack's come back. He was like, right, Eddie's mogged. Eddie's not on screen, so you come back. You didn't want to get mogged. You didn't want to get aura farmed by him, eh? You didn't want to get aura farmed by him. Why is your foot on my monitor, lad? Okay. It's because the spirit are just 2 and 2 power fist and chain fist. Yeah, for sure. So +1 to wound is helpful because but it's like it's helpful if you're running this detachment because like I think world eaters just like overwhelm you with like a bunch of attacks that all win on 5s or 6s, and it's just like, okay, well, you got a bunch of fucking attacks because you got loads of attacks. You got a bunch of attacks, so you're going to take a bunch of wounds anyway. So, but yeah, the +1 to is nice. +1 to is nice.
Bound, but outside the Exalted 8 bound, you did find in the previous edition there was a certain ceiling on.
Yeah, 8 bound are probably the monster vehicle killers because they're just so strong. So being able to have Terminators have a little punch as well if you are running some. If you're running 30 Terminators already, this detachment's absolutely busted. You know what I mean?
On what a Terminator squad could and couldn't fight, and I'm here to tell you this one command point stratagem really changes that.
So you're talking about a unit that's potentially got +1 to...
It is weird. I mean, they can all take power fists, but it is weird. The Terminators always sit in such a weird... Like, having stratagems and buffs, etc. changes it, but I think, like, a basic profile of a Terminator squad, outside of, like, Marines with Thunderhammers, is such a weird, like, where do they sit? Because they're kind of not anti-vehicle. They're not anti-infantry because they don't have enough attacks. They have the Storm Bolters, but then like the Power Fist, there's not too many attacks to deal with like hordes of infantry. But if they do hit infantry, they absolutely fuck it. You know, it just feels like Terminators are just anti-Space Marine. You know what I mean? But there's so much that's anti-Space Marine, so they just sit in a weird place. You know what I mean? In terms of like, they're anti-Terminator. Yeah, they are anti-Terminator because they do put you... But they only wound on 3s, you know what I mean? But then they're only 2 damage, so they don't even kill a Terminator in 1 attack. It's multiple attacks to kill another Terminator. You broke your claw. Oh, just a new casing.
Hits. It's got 2 of the blessings on it. It's got +1 to wound as well.
Yeah, they're not super resilient, yeah. Because the T5 is nice, but... And the 3 wounds is nice, but they're not super resilient.
Punch pretty high up the food chain, aren't they?
Correct. You're starting to just
the 2+
say,
save is
how
what
many
they've got
dice are you
basically.
rolling? That's a lot. How many abilities do you have? That's also a lot. And what are you wounding on? Oh, yeah, this is going to be rough.
Yeah, they're going to make a mess.
It just keeps going and going.
And then the last of those abilities is one...
It's good, because when I was running Terminators, I was running them with a chaplain. This is like beginning of 10th edition when the game was in the air. But with a chaplain, like a brick of 10 Terminators felt really, really rough. And I only really use that against vehicles and monsters because of the fact that they're only strength 8. And then a chain fist. So it is good.
That helps keep that unit alive, right? So you're going to invest heavily into those Terminator units. Probably you're going to have 2 or 3 units in an army like this. You're going to want to keep them alive. This last stratagem helps you do that.
Absolutely. This is 2 command points, so it does come at quite a premium. But this is your opponent's shooting phase when a friendly Terminator unit has been selected. It's -1 damage. It is extremely powerful.
Ooh, -1 damage in shooting is very good. 2 command points, though, did he say?
At quite a premium. But this is your opponent's shooting.
Yeah, two command points.
When a friendly Terminator unit has been selected, it's -1 damage. It is extremely powerful on your 3 wound chassis, you know, that comes with the Terminators. Of course, all having a 2-up save, 4-up invulnerable save, and then -1 damage.
That's the thing is with it is the death of Terminators is 2 damage weapons because there's such... What did you just disconnect? There's such a prevalence of of 2 damage weapons and shooting, you know what I mean? Like, even just like looking like the latest unit, the Defiler, can come with all those autocannons, which are 3 damage, which wipe Terminators if they go through. Obviously, they don't have a lot of AP, but like if they fail a save, they lose a whole Terminator. Losing -1 damage is so huge. So for anything with 3 wounds, -1 damage is horrific. So also, Inky's here to say hi, chat. Here to say hi, boy. Who's that? Who's this? You're not bothered. You're just showing your back. You don't care about your face. What's this? What's this? Go say hello. Ta-da! Whoa. Is that it? You're not bothered? You're not interested, are you? You're not interested today, are you? You're just showing the tail. That's it. Nothing else. Excuse my mess, chat. I wanted to show you the cat. Oh, now you're interested. What's this? Go and have a look. Go have a look. No? No? You want to play with the microphone? Is that what you want? He's getting big. He is big, yeah. He's almost 2 now, chat. He's a very big boy. But yeah, he's almost 2. He's 2 in July. End of July, aren't you? My full-time YouTube birthday is the day you were born. Isn't that wild? Isn't that wild, lad? But yeah, he's a big old boy, this cat. Whee! Go on then. Where are you going? We got some World Eater rules to look at. Is that okay? Are you feeling the butcher's nails here while I stroke your head? So, TCP, -1 damage, absolutely crucial. So, okay, this is absolutely massive. Right. Right, chat. He's got a thing for makeup sponges, and I got a bunch out yesterday, so he's looking for them. Come on. Come on. Come away. Oi. Come away. Come on. No, calm down. Calm down. You know you're not allowed on there. Go on, bugger off, you little bugger. He's got a thing for makeup. He loves chewing on makeup sponges. So if he sees it on my desk, he'll grab one, and then that'll be it. He'll bolt. He goes under the sofa with them because he knows he's not allowed them. I think he's spotted them because they're on my desk ready for packing later for the event this weekend. Can you see him? Inky. Hi. That's why he's going straight for them. Come on. Come on. Away from there. Look at him. Yeah, he's massive. Look at him. Fat boy. Aren't you? Eh? Come on. Bugger off, you little shithead. Yeah, there's makeup sponges on my desk, so I got them out last night so I wouldn't forget to pack them. So now he's like fucking just like trying to get them because they're literally like right here, basically. You might be able to see them. But yeah, it's fucking ridiculous. What was that Mario face? Oh, it's just a reflection. Anyway, where were we? Yeah, the Terminator Red Butcher one looks pretty good. Looks pretty good if you're running Terminators.
Sudden, all those 3 damage weapons in the game that people have been taking a lot of recently really lose effectiveness.
And quite a lot of armies will have like 1 or 2 guns that are very good at killing Terminator.
Correct.
Right, where's my 3 and 4 damage guns?
Yep.
I'm going to put those in, going to point that at your best Terminator unit. All of a sudden you can just scupper that ability to just remove Terminators. Some of those become half as good when the damage goes down even by 1.
Well, I wouldn't say the 4 damage ones are good to use this strat, Eddie, because 4 - 1 is 3.
Exactly right. I mean, a Rogal Dawn would be a great example. Has 2 amazing guns that come at damage 3, and then
I guess he's fully grown. Then it's like 18 months to adult. Yeah, I think so. Yeah, I think this is it. Especially because we had him neutered quite early on, which does affect like the size of cats as well. So I think he's full size now. It's about 4.5 or 5 kilos or something. So he's not a small boy, but not huge.
Potential to have melter guns and multi-melters, and you are just cutting the mathematical efficiencies of those profiles down by factors. Awesome. And it's really good.
The next detachment is one that really buffs the characters in your army. This is Vessels of Wrath.
There was a hard cut there. I don't know if you saw it, and I wonder if they paused to talk about mathematical efficiencies of sustained one.
at one point.
Exactly right. I mean, a Rogal Dawn would be a great example. Has 2 amazing guns that come at damage 3, and then, you know, potentially have melter guns and multi-melters, and you are just cutting the mathematical efficiencies of those profiles
He said it again.
down by factors, and it's really good.
The next detachment.
That was a hard cut. Yeah, so they clearly stopped and gone, Eddie, why did you say that? Hilarious.
Is one that really buffs
hilarious.
the characters in your army. This is Vessels of Wrath, and you can do some very scary stuff with the combinations here.
Absolutely. So your World Eaters characters, excluding epic heroes, so will not benefit Angron or Khan the Betrayer, but when they're selected,
Can't believe you give this to fucking Angron. It'd be so sick. I can't believe you can't give this to Angron.
to fight, you can select one of 2 abilities to be active for just that character model. You get +1 AP if you choose, or you get Cleave 1. Eddie, tell us about Cleave.
So Cleave is effectively...
So this is every time they attack, it's almost like Dark Patch, you choose one of the abilities. Cleave is blast in combat. They've already kind of said that. Have they showed off the actual rule? They have, yes, we'll bring it up. So Cleave is like a brand new rule, and I think that this tells us a lot more about what's happening with 11th edition than it does specifically for this ability. So it says this ability takes the form of Cleave X. Each time you gather attack dice for a Cleave weapon, if you only select one target for all of that weapon's attacks, add X additional attack dice for every 5 models that are in the target unit, rounding down. So Cleave X, to me, implies this might turn up for Blast as well, but if you give something Cleave 2, you get 2 attacks every 5 models in the unit. This is really cool. This is a really interesting ability. The thing is with it is, it does mean you definitely still won't wipe the squad a lot of the time, because if you've got Cleave, you're only getting 1 additional attack for every 5. But we know how prevalent Blast can be against Hordes. This is really good. This is a really good rule. I think they're going to throw Cleave around a lot, yeah. I wonder, it does make me wonder if there's something like a sweep profile that we already have. Like, obviously, we have like 2 types of attacks for a lot of big stuff. They do like 5 big attacks, or they do like 10 small attacks. I wonder if they'll have Cleave as well. Or whether they'll just say, no, they don't have Cleave. Something else, all the new stuff just now has Cleave. Because obviously, like, going from 5 attacks to 10 attacks or whatever is very good, but if you gave a weapon Cleave instead, the 5 attacks probably goes to 6, maybe 7. It doesn't really go to like the same amount. So I wonder if like they'll reduce the number of attacks that like a sweep weapon profile has, so it's not as efficient into high value targets, but they give it Cleave so that it becomes valuable against Horde units, you know. For example, like Gulliman, right? He has 6 attacks at damage 4. Let me just find Gulliman. And then he has like 14 attacks with his sweep, you know? So sometimes with Gulliman, as an example, yeah, 7 attacks with Hand of Dominion, strength 14 minus 4 damage, with lethal hits. And then the Emperor's Sword, it's 14 attacks, strength 8 minus 3, 2 damage, but with devastating wounds. So sometimes you would go into a vehicle and you'd be like, oh, I'm actually not going to use the 4 damage one because I need to go with devastating wounds, you know? It's actually more, and I have 14 attempts rather than just 7 to get a wound through. If you've got like 3 health left or something like that, sometimes you can actually go, instead of failing 1 save to die, it's better to make you take more saves to more likely fail, or more likely to roll devastating wounds, you know, to go straight through the armor. It does make me wonder if they'll like reduce the number of attacks on these sweeps and give them Cleave instead. You know, I think there's going to be an absolute buttload of updates at the start of the edition, or they're going to leave it till codexes. I'm not really sure, but I'm going to expect that they're going to do loads of updates right at the start of the edition for every profile, you know. That's probably it. It'll balance out the mass between sweeps into mass infantry versus high volume of attacks from sweep into few units over a strike. Yeah, that's what I think that they're trying to combat, but also add to the game. I think it's a cool, very cool mechanic. And like I said, because you've got Cleave X, so you could have like Cleave 2, Cleave 3, for example. You get 3 attacks every 5 models in the unit. But this could also transfer over to Blast as well, you know? They could have Blast X, where Blast 1 is 1 for every 5, and then you have Blast 2, which is 2 for every 5. Hopefully they'll use Cleave in a lot of places where we were otherwise getting sustained hits on melee. Yeah, hopefully. So, anyway, definitely a very interesting rule. So,
blast but in close combat, so it means that you get more attacks when you're fighting into a very numerous enemy unit. So cleave 1 would give you an extra 1 attack into a unit of 5 models. If you're fighting into a unit of 20 models, you get an extra 4 attacks, so it can make those characters into absolute blenders into enemy infantry.
It also says every 5 models. Currently, I think blast is like every more than 5, isn't it? You know, if it's like 10 you get 1, if you get 11 it's 2. Let me have a look. It's like definitely like a weird. Add 1 for every 5 mod. Oh, it's every 5. Ignore me. Rounding down. That was it. It's the round down that threw me. Um, 19 boys strikes again. Yeah. Yeah, I'm thinking of 9th, yeah. Let's wait for the power creep of cleave and sustained. Yeah, it's going to be ridiculous.
As we already mentioned, you know, the Blessings of Khorne roll can give you sustained hits, which can be a multiplier, you know, snowballing factor here when you're getting blast in combat. And my mind was blown when I heard about this ability. It is such a game changer for World Eaters, and I think cleave is going to be key to this detachment really taking off.
Yeah, so the carnage doesn't stop there, though, because the enhancements and the stratagems also make your characters even more deadly. My favorite one, I think, possibly in this whole set for World Eaters, is Arch Slaughterer. This is a once-a-game ability where your character can get every blessing of Khorne.
Every single one.
That's so funny. Yeah, fuck it. Do you want to roll? Nah, I'm good. I think I head out. Blessings of Khorne, by the way, you will have reroll charge, consolidate 6, fight on death, sustained 1, lethal hits, and devastating wounds against infantry. That's really good. That's probably good. I can see that being like 50 points or something stupid, because that is a really, but it's only once per game, but it's a really good buff. But just be like, yeah, I have it all just for 1 turn. It's very funny. And it's for the unit, not the model. So, like, whatever that's attached to will benefit from it as well. So that on a Demon Prince, and it's cheap at half the price. Yeah, you can stick it on a Demon Prince. You can stick it on a Juggernaut Lord. Consolidate now happens right after the charge. Yeah, I think so. You do it at 6 inches, so you could go charge and then pile in 6 and then fight. So you can hit a lot, basically. Yeah, because the Juggernaut can attach to 20 Khorne Berserkers, right? So you go advance to charge on 20, and then all of the other buffs. Brutal. Absolutely brutal. But once per game, so fair enough.
This is incredible.
It's like a war for 1 turn on that unit.
And takes that character to Primarch level combat ability and beyond. This is absolutely crazy when you take into account how many other multiplying buffs could be active for that fight as well. I think our Slaughterer is as close to always being taken in this detachment as it could be.
It's really fun as well. Like, it's definitely a one-off, so you only get to use it once, but you've basically got your laser-guided character who's just going to go into the biggest, scariest thing you can find, unlock all of the buffs immediately, roll for the fences, and just go for it.
That one time when it happens, when your opponent's like, oh, what abilities did you roll this turn? And you say, irrelevant, I slaughter all of them. Just windmill slam every ability.
If you wanted to make him even scarier...
See, he's trying to catch up after that rogue comment from Eddie, and it's just not working. It's coming across as cringe. He got mogged. Bro. He's trying to catch up after Eddie mogged him, and it's just not working. He's so out of it. Bro's rattled, yeah. You can tell. It's so funny because you can tell. It's so funny because it's so fucking obvious he's rattled. Not rattled in like a horrible way, but rattled as in he's trying to claw the male energy, you know, is lopsided in this room. And you can feel Adam scrambling.
There's a few stratagems that help you out as well. One of them is Aspire to Infamy. So again, pick one of your characters. You can give him another +1 attack and +2 strength. That's on top of the fact you've already got Cleave or +1 AP and every Blessing of Khorne if you've taken the enhancements.
Correct.
Excluded epic heroes. You can't use this on Angron. Why? Why? His rules maxed. Yeah, literally. Nah, he's just fucking rule. Adam's trying to rules max and it's not working.
Only 1 command point as well. +2 strength can in effect be +1 or sometimes even +2 to wound on the dice roll. And then of course more attack is more better. There's just no other way to say about it. As an orc would say, you're rolling more dice, things must be going well. When you take all this into account, your characters just go absolutely to the moon as far as efficacy for what they're supposed to be doing.
Really fun as well. And considering
Efficacy. He said that 3 times. Efficacy is the ability of intervention, drug or treatment to produce a desired beneficial result under ideal control conditions. I would always say efficiency. He keeps saying efficacy. Is he thinking like, we're like, yeah, you got to fucking come up with a new word for this one. Come up with a new word for this video, so it sounds like it's a different day. Yeah, I'm going to use efficacy 4 times. He's saying the word wrong.
Efficacy.
No, he's not.
Efficacy.
No, it's not. He's saying it fine.
you can put this in an army that also includes Khan the Betrayer and Angron, and then characters that are unlocking all of these buffs, so you can do some very scary stuff.
So there's some detachments like this that are coming out. Of course, you'll see this across many of our faction focuses. That just
not a very efficacious word choice. Stop making me Google words, bro.
Efficacious.
At least I said it right.
seamlessly lined into the existing army design for things coming in into the codex, where
Perfectly cromulent. Stop it! Stop it! Sit down. Sit down, everyone. Stop being ridiculous.
you're already taking characters. You're already taking a lot of characters for squads, and all this detachment is doing is if you pay the detachment point, your characters just get better. This is, in my opinion, a slam dunk for people wanting to just enhance what they were already taking. For people who are, starting the season fresh with World Eaters, I believe this is an excellent way of creating a well-rounded army where everything functions just as you feel a World Eater should.
Yeah.
And chat, if you wanted to feel a well-rounded army and improve the efficacy of transporting your miniatures, we've got no members today. I'm trying to hit 5,000 a day, so it's time for an ad. If you want to improve, if you want to see a perfectly cromulent moment in a video where we're going to talk about a little fun thing, then now's the time. If you didn't know, I'm wearing a great t-shirt today, and it makes my transporting my miniatures more efficacious, you could say, because this stream is sponsored by Wargaming. Wow, look at that. This is a really useful box, and this is my brand new War Machine themed War mag tray, as you can see. It's very cool. It's very epic. All you do is you take... I'm going to zoom out. a little bit. If you could type !Warmag in chat mods, that'd be great. You take your little cool, wonderfully designed mag pad or mag tray, and you can open it out of its little nice packet, very nicely packaged. And as you can see, it's made of rubber steel. Wow. Beautiful. And you see it's got a very cool design. It's got an old K-door death pit by the looks of it, and it's sticky back. All you have to do is peel back off the back of your sticky pad, okay, and then we place it inside the box. Doing it live, chat, this isn't pre-recorded. You place it inside the box like so, stick the corner down, make sure you're all lined up, okay, and then you let go so you can't get it, so you shake it out a bit, whip the back off, bam. I have my very own magnetic portable travel case now, as you can see. Isn't that wonderful? Isn't that wonderful? Isn't that a great time? How do you unplug this with the baked beans as tradition? So I don't have the baked bean or the Greg Steak bait one, but I do have a brand new Kado one ready for when I'm going to my War Machine event this weekend. But for example, it's not limited to War Machine. Look, let me grab a model. Okay, let me grab a model. Stay there. Let me grab a model that I've prepared and fell on the floor. As you can see, we have an Age of Sigmar Ork. Wow, look at that. Look at an Ork. It's a little brute that has one 32mm magnet on the bottom. Bam! Isn't that wonderful? As you can see, sticks to the bottom of the tray very nicely. Okay. What about a Mega Gargant? What about a Mega Gargant? Alright, he's very heavy, but he's still stuck in. He's not going to go anywhere, you know what I mean? He's sliding only ever so slightly. This is the Mega Gargant that is at 90 degree. Chat, this is stuck on with 2 magnets. This is not enough magnets, as you can see. And he's still basically sticky with just 2. Now put the lid on. Well, this isn't the tall enough lid because this is the standard 9 litre, but you can actually get the 9 litre XL, which has a much taller lid, which can fit Knights or Mega Gargants, which is very nice. As you can see, we've got those. What else have we got? What else have we got, chat? We've got Gore Grunter. Bam! Look at that. What else do you want to see? What else do you want to see? Don't you see an Imperial Knight? Want to see an Imperial Knight? This is a resin Forge World. Sorry, no, it's a plastic Lancer with a 3D printed shield. Very expertly painted by yours truly. Expertly painted by yours truly. 90 degree. Alright, the base isn't very flat. But I don't need to. It's good because I don't need to carry it 90 degree because I'm going to carry it upright and it doesn't fall over, look. It doesn't fall. It's great. I love it when everyone shows off like 90 degree models like this. Like, wow, look at Warmag. Wow, it's so cool. Why would I be carrying my models at 90 degrees? The important thing is they don't slide. As you can see, this is a 90 degree Lancer. Pro painted by yours truly. 3D printed arm. 3D printed shoulder pads. Beautifully highlighted, as you can see. Look how nice that Imperial Knight Lancer is. I'm holding it 90 degree. Why would I ever hold models like this? Okay, it fell. It didn't break though. It's because I moved. Why would I carry it that way? I don't need to. But what you need to do is type /warmag in chat, grab your Warmag paint, and you can use code Hellstorm for a huge discount, okay? I can't remember how much the discount is. I think it's 20 or 30% off. Don't hold your models sideways, but the main thing is they don't slide around while you're traveling or in the back of the car, example, and they don't move around. I wish Warmag made inserts that you double up inside the boxes. You can. They come with a tray that goes in the top, so you can double up. They do that. They come with a tray that goes in the top. So stop traveling around with shoe boxes, etc., and get an actual Warmag tray in your really useful box. Now you got half width. They do 4 litres. I don't know if I have a 4 litre here. I don't. Can you Warmag the roof of your car? I'll ask him. He'll love that. So yeah, there you go. Check out Warmag. I can't believe not one of you typed Warmag in chat. That is so savage. I spelled Warmag wrong. I spelled it wrong again! Cool. Locked in. Had to lock in for that. There we go. There we go. It's 10% off. I think it's actually 20% off right now. Anyway. Look, I asked you to type it, you didn't. Alright? No one's become a member today. No one's become a member. I'm having to run ads. You know what I mean? If you became members, I wouldn't have to. But you literally made me. I love Warmag. I'm Warmagging right now. I remember already. You forgot what the gift button looks like. Thought so. Some channels get like 100 a day, bro. I have 0. How do you expect me to pay rent?
And then last up is a detachment that kind of takes the army in a slightly different direction, if you want to. So those first 2 were very much about make the army work even better in the way that you normally would expect it to. But Brazen Engines is a detachment that leans in.
Are the magnets strong enough for metal minis? Yeah, they are. I just carried a Mega Gargant with just 2 on the bottom. You know what I mean? And like I said, you're not like fucking shaking them around everywhere. that's not really they do hold it, but like it's just so they're not like bouncing around and slamming each other or like getting snapped in foam and stuff. The thing is with foam, like carrying stuff in foam, is like you're constantly like putting it into foam, so you're rubbing the paint off while you put it in there, which is super annoying. So
to the demonic vehicle aspect of the World Eaters, including things like the new Defiler, which obviously lots of people have been looking to include in their army.
Absolutely right, and of course the World Eaters Defiler has an incredible set of abilities in addition to all the other demon vehicles, but this one's ability is all about battle shock. So
I also think it's funny, like again, I've watched a few of these videos now. We're at like what, number 7 or something like that, number 8. Adam always says something's good and then says everything else is good at the same time. You know what I mean? He's like, the Defiler's really good, but also so is everything else. You know, so are all the other demon engines. Every time he says something's good, he like kind of corrects himself and says, and all of these other things are good too. So what is good? If everything's good, nothing's good.
Terror of Khorne is the ability that you'll get attached to your demon vehicles. At the start of the fight phase, you can select an enemy unit engaged with this unit. They must take a battle shock at -1. And of course, you cannot select the same unit to be affected by this ability more than once. Should you have, you know, 2 Mauler Fiends into the same unit, you can't make them take 2 battle shocks. But
is that any good? Is forcing a battle shock at -1 any good? I don't think so.
This is big because of how battle shock works now. So battle shock has changed. When previously at start your command phase, you would just become unbattle shock. So battle shocking someone towards the end of your turn
didn't do much.
Didn't amount to a huge lot, apart from, you know, helping you flip objectives, you know, score tactical cards, etc., etc. When now you must test to unbattle shock yourself, this becomes a fundamentally more powerful ability.
Yeah. So you could take, for example, a bunch of Mauler Fiends, Defilers. You could charge them off towards the objectives. Just by being on the objectives, even if you haven't claimed it with objective control, you can stop the enemies from scoring them potentially, which is really useful.
Correct. Or you can just front.
They keep saying that this is going to be like absolutely huge, but like rolling a 6. I know not every army has leadership 6, but like a lot of armies have leadership 6. So it's like more often than not, this, oh my god, you have to roll. I've passed. You know? Because, like, the Terror of Khorne is making you take a battle shock at -1. So you roll in a 7, and then you fail. The chances are, if you rolled a 7 and tried to roll a 7 and fail, the chances are you roll again, you roll a 6 and pass. Because of the average odds, you know? You know, because, like, 6, 7, I'm with hell. I stopped myself then, guys, just later. The 6, 7 of it all, it's like it's average on 2 dice. So like every time you fail with the terror, rampaging terror, you're gonna pass in the battle shock step. You know. And then if you don't fail, you don't need to take one. So it's like, oh, so more often than not, I'm actually just gonna fucking auto pass anyway. You know. Yeah.
Load this and then just park your things like your Defilers, which I don't know if you've seen the size of the Defiler base, but it's pretty large. It's pretty hard to negotiate to getting to an objective around a Defiler. There's a lot of armies that will have to charge that Defiler in order to get on an objective.
It's not a place you want to charge.
And you know you don't want to charge. It's not.
They said the battle shocks would be good before we down this road. Adam's talking about objectives. It's really large, so you're not going to be able to get on it. Forgetting that the Defiler is not going to be able to get into the terrain anymore to stop people getting onto the objective. When it was a 180mm round disc and there's the objectives in the middle of nowhere, like it is now in 10th edition, you can park a Defiler on an objective and they could stop them getting on it. But in the new edition, with like terrain being, do I still have the thing open? I'm sure I do. No, not that one. I'm sure I did. That one? Yeah. Like, the Defiler can't get in the terrain anymore. It can go over it. It can't stand on top of this building. It can't go in the terrain to stop people getting on it anymore. Bro forgot. Bro remembered and then forgot he's talking about 11th edition. You know? Which Defiler can stop someone standing on an objective here can go here max, so you can just stand over here and then just look at him, mog him, or a farm.
It's not a great prospect, and then you get to say, take a battle shock.
Stop the enemies from scoring them.
Objective.
It's not a place you want to charge.
And you know you don't want to charge. It's not a great prospect, and then you get to say, take a battle shock. And that battle shock at -1, if they fail it, well...
Bro thought he was still standing on circles. Yeah, like, I mean, it's an easy mistake to make, but like, yeah, it's... largely irrelevant now because you can't really do that anymore. You can't really like movement shenanigan to stop an opponent getting an objective, you know, because they're buildings. When it was a circle, you could. But now it's a building, you can't really, I don't think. Unless you've got a huge unit. But then you're not really doing movement shenanigans, you're just standing on it in the way.
They don't accomplish their task anyway. Yeah. It is adding a failure point into your opponent's plans that always has a psychological edge.
Obviously, there are some enhancements and some...
I think the big thing that I've just realised that no one's considered yet is, like, with the terrain being the objectives, the height of the terrain is going to be absolutely crucial. Because if you've got massive buildings, right, massive buildings, if they try and, like, fill the terrain footprint, you can just stand on top of the building and not be engaged at range. If these buildings are only 3 inches high, then they're not going to be able to. They're not going to be able to. They're going to have to charge to stand above you. But if they're, like, really, really high, then you can stand on top of the buildings above them and then control the objective at the same time. Yeah, I think the height of the terrain is going to be crucial, really. To be like, if they are trying to, like, move block to not let you on it, you can stand on top of buildings as long as you're more than 5 inches away. Or 5 inches high, so second level usually. If not, you're going to be like, oh. And if it's different, it's got to be identical, because if it's different, that's going to be unfair, you know what I mean? Curious.
Some stratagems that help that out as well. One of the enhancements is called Talons of Butchery. We talked a little bit about Cleave before.
Yes.
This is an upgrade that you can put onto a Mauler Fiend. It gives it Cleave 2.
So, a
That's pretty
Mauler Fiend
fun.
comes as a very specific model. It goes into big things and it makes the big thing go away. But what if it also made the hordes of things go away too? Which is what this Mauler Fiend will now do, where it gets Cleave 2. So is that 2 attacks per
So that's
unit?
2 attacks for every 5 things in the enemy unit. So if you went into a unit of Orc Boys that was 20 strong, you'd get another 8 attacks.
That's this many. That's a lot. That is a crazy amount of extra attacks from a unit that really could not handle 20 Orc Boys previously to...
Okay, 20 Orc Boys. It's got 8 Mauler Fiend fists and then Lasher Tendrils as well. Can confirm the Hellstorm code works again. Let's go, Nige! Let's go, boy! Let's go. How much did you get off? Is it 10 or 20% at the minute? I need to update my command. Nice one, Nige. Yeah, the code's are limited use now. So, it's anyone can use it as many times as you want. So keep buying Warmag, it's great. They love me. They love me because we buy so much. We love Warmag.
Yeah, you get...
Yeah, so sorry, Mauler Fiend first and then Lasher Tendrils. They had 14 attacks already. Giving them Cleave 2 is pretty good.
bogged down for the whole game.
But then it's like, oh, you against 10 guys, you get 2 extra attacks. 20% thought it was. Thought it was. Thank you, mate. Yeah, pretty good. Good ability.
You would be there all game, and if you were on an objective, you would never have enough objective control to take it off the Orc Boys. They would just...
I suppose against a unit of 10, you're getting 4 extra attacks. So you'd have 20 attacks into them. Because you have the extra attacks of 6 Lasher Tendrils. That's pretty good.
Win that fight.
Unless they failed a battle shock test.
Correct. And now you're putting... Oh, you didn't... You failed the battle shock test? Oh, no, you passed it. Well, I'll just kill you anyway. I'll go Cleave.
And then last up... there's some stratagems, obviously, as you would expect. You've got one called Apoplectic Clarity, and this is something you can use on any of your demon vehicles.
Apoplectic. That's not right. Apoplectic. What is these fucking words, bro? Why am I getting bamboozled with words from the World Eaters faction focus of all faction focuses? This is like orcs teaching me how to talk.
Mauler Fiends, Defilers, anything like that. And basically you could ignore debuffs.
All modifiers to weapon skill, ballistic skill, hit roll, and wound roll for 1 command point will be ignored either in shooting phase or...
That's a real word. Apoplectic isn't. Apoplectic is.
or fight phase. This is a fantastic ability. Of course, we know as designed, the ballistic skill characteristic of the World Eaters, Forge Fiends and Defilers is 4. rather than 3, but of course they're better in combat, they're world eaters. This is allowing you to avoid one of the possible pitfalls for your, the Forge Fiends, for example, which if they hit on 4s and unit is in cover, they're going to hit on 5s now. Previously, they would still have hit on 4s, but your opponent theoretically had a better armor save on the unit. Well, now they were going to get hit on 5s, and I tell you what, that was not going to be amazing in some interaction.
Yo, Papaya! Thank you so much for the 2 years at our highest tier, dude. Holy shit!
_Pariah celebrates 24 months of membership. Oh,
Let's go, Papaya Pariah. Let's fucking go. I just randomly searched hype sound. Thank you so much for the 2 years and 5 gifted. Holy shit, dude. What the fuck? Dude, thank you so much. That's so generous. The resub at our highest tier and 5 gifted. Do you want me to add this sound to my Steam Deck chat? Dude, thank you so much. Holy shit. Let me add you to our giveaway because you are being entered to win 1 copy of Armageddon. Congrats, Papaya.
Gifted member.
Pariah, you get 10 entries for your resub at coaching tier. Bam. Was that 10? That was 9. And then you're gonna get another 5 for your gifted
member.
That's right, 5. 15 total. That's right. Nailed it. Thank you so much, dude. Thank you so much for the 5 gifted. Thank you for the resub. 2 years at coaching tier. Absolutely insane.
Gifted
absolutely
member.
Crazy. I am so expensive to you, so thank you. Thank you, dude. And we got DearWag with the resub as well for 59 months. Thank you, mate.
Gifted
Appreciate
member.
it. Thank you so much. Very kind of you. Very kind. Thank you so much, everyone. Really appreciate it. Be like Papaya Pariah. Be like DearWag. Resub if you haven't already. If you are already a member, you can give some memberships to other people. If you've just been gifted,
59 months of membership.
Thank you,
Happy
dude.
2-year high sub, Papaya.
If you have already been gifted, make sure you say a huge thank you. The great thing about gifting is you not only do you support me, which is like for me to do this, it's quite crucial, won't lie. But also you let other people join our Discord, which is really cool. And you also, at the same time, when you're gifted membership, you set an email. So someone might be like sat at home, not doing anything. They check their emails. They see that I've just got gifted membership. They pop into the stream, So it not only helps me like financially, it helps me like viewer numbers. It gets more people watching. So yeah, I really appreciate it, buddy. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Mum. Papaya single-handedly funding Elliot That's collection. Yeah. I've still got this Defiler, and I've still got 20 quid. You know what I mean? I've not seen Elliot. He's on holiday. So I've still got this Defiler sat here, waiting. Look, still sealed. Not opened it, chat. But also, Elliot's dad Mark still got Chris 20 quid. You know what I mean? Kept it for you. Your choice. He's on holiday. I might send him, offer him $20, so... Anyway,
Interactions. But now for 1 command point, you not only ignore that, but you ignore, when you have those...
So for context, apoplectic clarity, your shooting phase or fight phase when a friendly demon vehicle is selected to shoot, you ignore ballistic skill, weapon skill, hit, and wound roll modifiers. Pretty decent. Again, with benefit of cover being -1 to hit, they're going to be hitting on 5, so...
High strength, high AP, 3 damage, shots from things like your Forge Fiends, and they want to be going into things like Terminators. Well, a lot of Terminator-like units have certain abilities that allow them to be -1 to wound if strength is higher than toughness.
Yeah.
This will ignore that as well as theoretically ignoring cover.
So it's things like your Aberrants and your Space Wolf Terminators, and your
Scarecrow
Deathwing, that
Terminators.
sort of thing, yeah.
And so I think this is a fundamental ability. I think this is a fantastic inclusion into this detachment.
Correct. And the whole detachment basically means that you can really heavily lean into the idea of like an armored demonic engine legion, which is quite fun. And obviously still sprinkle it full of characters and Khorne berserkers and all the rest of it.
Or you can go the other way and take your unit of characters and Khorne berserkers, in your berserker warband, for example, and then just take like a
couple of Mauler
a Mauler
Fiends.
Fiend and a Defiler, and all of a sudden that Mauler Fiend has cleave 2, that Defiler can ignore all modifiers, and you are having
You're
a
off to the
field day.
races.
You're absolutely
Yeah.
off to the races. Yeah.
Brilliant.
I know they're obviously just hyping up. I think the Defiler in World Eaters is probably the worst one to take. Is that just me? I think it's much better in Chaos Space Marines and arguably Death Guard, potentially Thousand Suns. I think if I had to put in order, and Emperor's Children is the big one. I'd say like CSM, Emperor's Children, Death Guard, Thousand Suns, then World Eaters. That's what I would say as like strength potential. I think World Eaters have so much that spending so many points on a Defiler, can't really afford it. Where all the other armies, they don't really have like a big thing that they want to buy like a Primarch. Like Magnus is good, you don't need it. We already know Fulgrim's trash, you know. Mortari is good, you don't need it. 2 Defilers is better than Mortarion, arguably. So,
well, Adam, thank you so much. That was World Eaters. We'll be back with more Warhammer 40,000 faction focuses very soon.
All right, okay, so that's the faction focus for World Eaters anyway. They didn't give any other stratagems for Brazen Engines. But what they did say is today, which sadly I won't be able to watch, they're getting Tau Empire. So if you're a Tau fan, today's a big day, definitely, for the new faction focus. I'm sorry, I wanted to stream all of these daily, but I'm just like absolutely rammed. So I can't make today. I can't do today. I can't stick around till 4. We're going at 3 today, and then I'm not here Thursday, Friday. So hopefully we're back for I'll be definitely back for the Monday one. I'll do that on my normal stream, and then hopefully Tuesday. But I'll just have to wait and see. So. Big day for Big C, yeah. So Big C's quite excited. He's going to get the update for Tau. I imagine, if I had to guess, for the Tau detachment, I think we'll see. Where's Tau Empire? It's because of the apostrophe. It's right down the bottom, obviously. I think they'll see. Well, I mean, Tau have one of the fewest amount of detachments so far. I think they'll keep experimental cadre. I'm not sure they're going to keep retaliation cadre because I think that's shown that's probably one of the best detachments they have. You know, as one DP detachment, these 3 can be combined into powerful force of hard-hitting elites, or makes one of the options for credits World Eaters, most of which are 2 detachment points. So it looks like, yeah, the sticking around. They're going to stick with the abbreviation to double penetration. But most of the codex ones for World Eaters are 2 detachment points. So a lot of these are just going to slot straight in, just like they would if they were double penetrating. What have they had outside? Is it Vessels of Wrath and Cult of Blood that were like not from the codex? That's the problem now, isn't it? Trying to remember which one's from the codex and which one isn't. So, overall, I think World Eaters look really strong. And I think this is this only benefits World Eaters as like a faction. Because the other ones, like we saw with Sisters, they kind of took like a pseudo nerf because they're losing a detachment and getting one that is very similar but not quite as good. It feels like World Eaters have just gained. They've not really lost anything. I don't think they're really running the new detachments that they have from Grotmus, etc. They're not really touching those, so losing them isn't a problem. So they're just gaining from it. You know what I mean? Also, I've just noticed that he's got like an underbite, like a bull. I didn't never notice that before. I never looked at that model too hard. You never see this one, I don't think. You see the character version. Or is that the character version? I can't remember. Maybe they can gain some models this edition. I mean, they got the cultist things, what they called. Goremongers. They got Goremongers this edition, so it's not like they're completely out of it. Did they get anything else? Did they get a new character or something? Oh, they got the 8-bound character, right? Slaughterbound. And they got the Defiler. Yeah, they got quite a lot actually. They got a new character, a new infantry unit, and largely a meta-defining vehicle. One of the most classics meta-defining vehicles available. They got the Kit Bashing 2 Wins character. Yeah, they did. Yeah, that reeled them minded really well. They made a short about it. That went hard. That was really good. And then I gave it away at a raffle, and World Eater player won it. It was really cool. It was really cool, and it was like, oh my god, that's so cool. And it was before it was out. I gave it away at a tournament. Where's my Berserker Cavalry? They definitely need Berserker Cavalry. That would be so sick. They just proper make them like a counterpart to Space Wolves, though. It looked good for how easy it was. It was pretty sick, yeah. I still have their kill team from the box from the Sanctifiers just sitting on a sprue. Get them sold. I mean, how much are Goremongers? They're not cheap, right? They're cheap at the Outpost, but they're £42.50. They're like a 40. You could probably get like 35 quid for them. Most definitely. So overall, well, it is pretty. I'm gonna say pretty good. Feel pretty good. I keep lying to myself that I find use for them. They are quite a specific kit. You kind of like, I kind of do that, but they're very specific. You know what I mean? Unless you want guys with robot legs. You know? But then it's like, why are you not just using AdMech? I just thought you could make Goremongers with AdMech and Cultists, I suppose. Yeah, they're a cool kit, but it's like, yeah, very specific. Very specific. So that was World Eaters, chat. There was something else I wanted to talk about. Time to get about Outpost Reload. You could use put about Outpost Reload and quote Hellstorm to get a better offer. Yep, you could use Outpost Reload and quote Hellstorm to get a better offer and support the channel at the same time. There was something else. I just can't remember what it was. What have you seen, chat? Now's the time while I fucking can't remember. Wait, what? Wait, what? Wait, what? Wait. What? This is Archon Studios, isn't it? Oh, wait, no, that's not Archon Studios. Wait, that's not Archon Studios. It's the same technology as Archon Studios. That might be a leak. I looked at it, I was like, this is Archon Studios, what are you talking about? But then it definitely said Warhammer 2026 on top. Oops. Oopsie. Whoops, I shouldn't share that on stream. But yeah. Who's got that? Why do they have a friendship bracelet and loads of Joy Toy? Looks good, to be fair. Because Archon Studios, just randomly move that tab. Archon Studios have dice, what was it? Dungeons and Lasers. And supposedly they were like fishing around like a stand a few years ago. It's not a technology that's like brand new. Let me in. Because this is Dungeons and Lasers. This is Archon Studios D&D terrain. It comes pre-painted on the sprue. Someone found a box in the convention center at UK Games Expo. Potentially, yeah. So it's like Prismacast, that's what they call it. So this is plastic terrain that's pre-painted, you know? If Games Workshop did something like this, that'd be so cool, but also like rip Archon because they did it first. But yeah, Combat Arena. So yeah, this is like pre-painted terrain. It comes on sprue, fully painted. It looks like someone might be using the same sort of technology. Yeah, interesting. Unless they painted it all on sprue, but I don't think so. This is the problem. I don't know fuck all about it. You know what I mean? Like, if I was to look at a leak, I've got to know it's a leak. You know what I mean? I would never leak anything that I've been given, but if I don't know it's a leak, you know, what if I think it's fake? What if it's fake or whatever? You know? That's what's funny about what I do, because they're so against sharing any information with the people they supposedly work with. How do I know if it's a leak or not if I've never heard about it? You know, it's so funny. Anyway, that wasn't what I wanted to show you. I can't remember what it was though. But yeah, that's pretty big. That's pretty huge for Archon Studios specifically. As a genius, now we are looking at Archon Studio. We aren't looking at anything related to Games Workshop. We're looking at pre-painted terrain by Archon Studio. We are not looking like at anything related to Games Workshop right now. That definitely did not say Warhammer 2026 on the sprue. All right. I didn't know. Anything. But look at this. Look, so this is the sprue, pre-painted terrain on the sprue. You know what I mean? It's also just like the front page of Fort Cavill. I literally just opened Reddit. It was the first post. Like, what am I supposed to do? You know? What am I supposed to do? It was only when I realized. As soon as I realized, turn it off. But like, if I don't know anything about it, how do I know it's leak? Cope. If I don't know if I've never know about it, I don't know it's leak. You know? I'm just a boy. I'm just a man. I'm just an ordinary man. You know? Yeah, what did I see? Definitely doesn't match the outlines of the terrain and the map plans you'd already shown. Yeah, literally. I mean, jokes aside, if they were to make a terrain set, just innocent men, yeah, literally me. If they were to make a terrain set, that would be really good. It would be great for tournament organizers. Excuse me. It'd be great for tournament organizers because you just buy a box. The biggest complaint that we've seen in tournaments is like the terrain that Games Workshop want to use, they don't actually sell. You know what I mean? But yeah, they're just printing money. It just depends how much it'll cost, you know? Is Warhammer YouTuber cancelled by GW still a big good card? Yes. Yes, it is. But yeah, it's not a unfound technology. They already like Archon Studios have been making stuff like this. They've been making D&D stuff because clearly that sells. But like that, like it comes like this. It's all painted. You know. Can they do it in clear plastic? Clearly not. Hey, but honestly though, like when you've got like stuff that I showed off the other day, the Eufy make, where you can print in resin onto things. You know what I mean? Like print color texture onto things. It doesn't surprise me that more companies are getting onto this sort of stuff. You know? It doesn't surprise me that companies are like trying to do pre-painted. Because like pre-painted is one, so much easier for a player, and it's also makes the game look so much better. I want it in GW branded kitchen roll. Yeah. It's so funny that people on that Reddit thread are mad about it. Why are they mad about it? You can just repaint it if you don't like it. They've clearly been testing like pre-painted terrain because they put the pre-painted MDF in a box. You know what I mean? Games Workshop would never sold MDF, and then they pre-painted it, and then they sold it in the Kill Team starter set. You know? Like they've already been testing pre-made terrain. And it worked, you know what I mean? This is MDF. Like, tell me 10 years ago that Games Workshop would be selling MDF in a starter box. I'd be like, what the fuck are you talking about? They're open to explore because they know that so many other companies are going to fill the gap where they don't, you know? So many companies are just going to fill the gap where they don't touch. So they're trying to touch it. They're trying to get in there because they're like, how do we make even more money? We dominate every market that is leeching off ours, you know? Not that I'm saying that people that make 3D printed terrain or whatever, or pre-painted terrain or whatever are leechers, but it's like, without 40k, they don't have a business, you know what I mean? So like, or if they do have a business, it's a very small business comparatively. So they're just like yoinking off it. Why weren't those terrain footprints in MDF not card? Cheaper. Gonna last, let's be honest, they are gonna last longer. They're gonna last quite a while in card. But yeah, I would have loved for the footprints to be MDF with like printed design on rather than card. Unless they're calling them card, but they're not. Is this called card? Ah, it does say MDF terrain, never mind. Imagine they said card, but it's actually MDF. That'd be so funny. But yeah, MDF footprints would go really hard. I think that'd be really good. You know? They need to break the mold to stop being so stagnant. I mean, they're not really stagnant. You know what I mean? I mean, like, fundamentally, yeah, they're quite stagnant, but they're obviously not in terms of, like, growth, you know? The ultimate thing is going to be the cost, or whether it's just for their own events, because they've had, like, GW branded neoprene mats for footprints at tournaments forever, and they've never sold them, you know? But maybe they sell these, maybe they don't. Look at the thread, it does very in line with Prisma Cast and seems to match previous layouts. Yeah, it's 100% the fucking same, innit? Let's be honest. Then they used to make their terrain in China. They did. They used to cast it in China. But yeah, it looks like Prisma Cast technology. So I wonder if when they went over to the Archon stand, they were kind of checking it out because they were trying to compare it to what they'd already got. This is a few years ago, as far as I'm aware. Very, very interesting, definitely. Very interesting. The MDF terrain could have easily gone into 11th edition starter set if it's copied 2nd edition starter set that had a some card runes in it. Yeah, yeah. But it is like 1 for 1. I'm trying to work out what that bit's for, the little computer thing. I don't know what the computer thing's for. Maybe that's just for fun. Curious. Yeah, it looks like Prisma Cast because you see the graininess of it. So it looks like the same. But yeah, it's like this, basically. Like we looked at the other day. It's a...
What's very magic?
That occurred in a live stream a year ago, so previously. So this is fun for me to actually.
This is like the type of shit it is.
So
it's this sort of technology.
Take some of those, and then I can adjust them as well. And
so this is golf balls.
The print. So I'm starting.
And you can see it's like a printer here.
There is a setting to get up.
It prints in laser color, so it shines UV. Prints like a layer of colored UV, and then a UV. Sorry. Prints a layer of colored resin and then dries it with UV. MDF dread.
Than the test that I did. Okay. So here we go. I've got a large one, a large logo versus the
Look, so it's
small logo.
This sort of technology. So it's like resin printed onto a golf ball, for example.
Like a image.
Let's find another example. They love printing onto golf balls in this video for some reason.
So like this morning before we got started, needs to be this giveaway tried out yet is selling this one because it had that under white
look at that
base coat. This was a gray 3D print, and I purposely printed it in gray, and you guys will see here why in a moment. But that's, again, if you're using a white 3D print, you can help mitigate the amount of white ink that you're using.
So that's just the block that they've printed the design onto, you know what I mean? And you could I could buy one today if I had $3,000. I don't. But if you had $3,000, you could buy one and then start printing onto this sort of thing as well, you know? I think for this technology, it has to be fairly flat. So obviously, like more industrial level stuff can probably print on multiple like layers and stuff like that. Build up in layers rather than being flat.
The other thing
get a sponsor. I know. Eufymake, shout out. Come on, let's go.
These are all flat prints.
I need you to go on to Eufymake's Instagram page, and whenever they post about this, just say, I really wish Hellstormwargaming would post about this or make a video about it. Then I would buy one.
I'll be showing you another example of this here in just a few minutes. That is the printer.
What else is he doing this time? Let's have a
There
look.
as well. Oh, cool. I'm seeing that up on the big TV.
Oh shit, that's fun.
We have Bruno K. And again, I just wanted to show printing this.
So yeah, look at it. You know what I mean?
Base coat of white. I can still see a little bit of the layer lines.
Oh,
here,
he's
but
printed an
that's
optical
not really
illusion.
important to me, because what is important is the overall project that this is going into, which is a really fun one here. So if we could cut over to the main camera.
It's the optical illusion, because it looks like a corridor, but it's not. It's the opposite.
It will be a really cool optical illusion that I've.
It's that's like pointing at the camera, but it because it's the smallest, because of perspective, it looks like a corridor.
Created using the combination of 3D printing and the Eufy Make E1 to create
That is fun.
this really
That's
cool hallway spaceship scene that should hopefully make it look like you're looking down the hallway.
Yeah, that's really fun.
Of this spaceship. That looks so cool. I'm seeing that up on the big TV. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, that's fun.
That looks ridiculously good. Okay. This is really cool, and let me break the effect for you guys as well. So you'll
What's
see
the
here, it's
purpose of
really
this? Well, it's an optical illusion. It's to print onto things, you know? You know, like display. You know, like this? Metal posters. What's the purpose of this? It's 'cause it looks cool on the wall, you know? It's like a metal poster that's like magnetic to the wall. You can make these, you know. I was about point of making optical illusion. It looks cool. What do you mean? What's the point of making optical illusion? 'Cause it's fun.
just a
What do you do with it? You show it off, and then that's it.
3D printed pyramid shape. So all of these are flat objects, and then I use the texture tool to help give it a little bit of depth, so that if you are actually looking in here closer to this, you can.
What do you mean? What's the point? Did you not find that fun? Did you not think, oh, that's cool? That's the point of an optical illusion. They usually do not. They don't usually do a lot. You look at them and go, huh, and then that's it.
See this? These were a set of 3D printable files that I found over on MakerWorld that I then ended up customizing to create some of this artwork here and have that printed directly on.
Dan in here asking what's the meaning of live. Bro, I'm studying my masters. Everything needs some manufacturing resource purpose. Funny. Fun.
And
Watch.
It definitely
Whoa, it looks like a corridor.
breaks the effect.
That's
like,
it.
Once your mind knows the trick, it's a little bit harder to fool it, but it is such a fun optical illusion, and I thought this was just a really unique use case for you.
It's a contraceptive. If you bring anyone home and show them, it guarantees no one will get pregnant. It's fun. That's not going to get me an A grade. Well, the great thing is we're not doing your PhD right now. Or masters. We're doing looking at things that look cool. Because we're talking about Warhammer. But yeah, so it can print onto anything. So it's really fascinated me. I'm really hyped about it. I just don't have $3,000. I don't have $3,000 to print on it. But like, I just like all of the things that you could do with Warhammer for this would be so sick. Would be so sick. But yeah, don't have $3,000. So just like imagine those base plates made in acrylic, but with the actual design on it. It'd be so good. Anyway. Eufy Make! Shout out Eufy Make! Please contact me. Please, I need it. Very interesting. More interested to see how you can print on very 3D surfaces than flat. Yeah, I mean, this is more designed for like flat or curved surfaces. You know, I don't think it's designed to print onto 3D surfaces, but you can make them 3D. You know, you can give them texture. They keep showing an ad, and I keep seeing it, and then every time I want to show it, I can't find it. But let me see if I can find the ad. Look, this is an ad, but this is a reel. that doesn't have texture. You can print texture onto it, you know. The problem is all the AI shit people are going to print onto it like this, but you know, you can see that's like got a texture to it. It's like slightly 3D. That's not just the picture, but that is definitely AI. Sadly, that's the issue. People who have this much money like AI. Oh, there you go. That's a great example. You know, so you can print in layers to build it up. You know. Fohammer did a video making coloured bases with the tech. Oh, did he? Fohammer's got one. Good. Of course he has. Good. Let's have a look. Why I'm done with creality. Oh, fucking hell. Look at all these AI thumbnails, bro. Look at these fucking AI thumbnails. Ross, come on now, bro. Fucking hell. Never mind. Bro. Looks like he's been doing the same thumb. Oh, there's an AI one. Bruh. I think it was a short. You can make 1 year later. It's only for a year.
However, there is one thing, and I mentioned this in my review, camera alignment isn't perfect. That's it. Only the Solway logo to print a logo. Even really good necks like these. Bought this guy a branded golf balls ready for the...
He 3D printed money. Yep.
Here we are again with one of my favourite products of last year, which is also one of my favourite products of this year, the Eufy Make E1.
Yeah, but Ross, using AI, bro, so you've annoyed me. You're just going to print AI slop onto golf balls. Stop it. Did he do bases in this video? Oh, printing onto Lego would be pretty hyped, to be fair. I don't think he's done it in this video, has he? No. You get the idea, though. This sort of shit. Yeah, you can print, like, texture onto a base. I don't know how much it costs to run. I imagine it's well expensive. But you can print fucking texture onto a base. Oh, that was so good. Yeah, I dread to think how much it actually costs to run. Like, how much ink it goes through. What's it printed here? Bro, it's just AI making fucking coasters. It's just fucking... It's just AI. Bro. Oh, for God's sake. Fuck's sake, Ross. Full tourniquet is £244. Bruh. How long does it last though? You know what I mean? It's like a tourniquet could cost 500, but if it lasts for like 5 years, it doesn't matter. But like, how much does that? How far does that go? Is the question. Printing inks. Oof. Yeah, ink and cleaning cartridge for £244. Wolf. Found it was on Insta. But he's printing slop with it, bro. Ross, why are you printing slop? Stop printing AI slop, brother. You don't need to. Put in the latest video Discord. Let's have a look.
Textures from the internet, crop them into circles.
All right, you got textures from the internet. I'll let him off. I'll let him off for this one.
Ran them through the depth map tool in Eufy Make Studio and printed them straight onto Warhammer bases. And it worked. First try. I now have coloured and textured Warhammer bases ready to go with incredibly little effort. It worked.
Bro, that looks so good.
First try. That's how easy the E1 is to learn how to.
It just needs a matte varnish. I'm watching Ross's give me AI's future vibe. Yeah, I mean, look how he's like giggling like a little girl every time Neil called people on the internet virgins. You know what I mean?
To use. It was as simple as I grabbed some random
that looks really
terrain
good.
Textures from the internet, cropped them into circles, ran them through the depth map tool in Eufy Make Studio, and printed them straight onto Warhammer bases. And it worked. First try. I now have coloured and textured Warhammer bases ready.
Nah, I'm sorry. Texture paint and wash is way more fun. No, the point is like, it's not like, oh my god, I'm gonna Eufy make all my bases now. The point is you could do this onto MDF, for example. You could do this onto acrylic. You could do this onto any sort of material, and like, okay, well, why don't we make like the footprints that are currently from Games Workshop made of card and print in colour on acrylic, you know, with a texture. So it actually looks like a nice base. You know? Something that's like super hard wearing that's not going to fall off. Because the problem is you make some out of acrylic, you can't sand it. You can hardly paint it because it scratches off so easily. Whereas you can like resin bond onto it and then it'll last like a long time. And a lot of wear and tear. You know? That's what I think when I see shit like this. I don't see, oh, I'm going to do all my bases with it. Yeah, it's very... Like, the idea of it looks very good. I wouldn't, because that'd be ridiculous. But, like, put it onto something that can be then used in games would be very good. Very viable with consumer tech to start making nicer detailed MDF kits that don't look like MDF. Yeah.
To go.
Gonna get a printed base on my forehead.
With incredibly little effort. It worked. First try. That's how easy
really
the E1 is to learn how to use. It was.
That's really good. Fuck, that's cool. Oh, I need one so bad. Oh, I need one so bad, chat. Oh, I just can't afford one. I just don't have that sort of money lying around. It'd be great, otherwise it gets so fucking hard. I'd be like, fucking Games Workshop made printed pre-painted terrain. Fucking done it already, bro. Done it already, pal. So yeah, crazy. Anyway, I'm surprised someone hasn't invented printable tattoo shirt and skin yet. The problem is with like printing in colour is a lot of the technology is revolving around resin, which is super reactive to human skin. So it's like you will just get like rashes and stuff. So that wouldn't be the best idea so far. I can't remember what I wanted to show you, but I feel like we've deviated quite a lot. For me to try and get back on track, I'm not really sure what to offer. There's something that I saw that I wanted to talk about. I just can't remember. But it doesn't matter. Let's go laser to firing into your skin. It'll be fine. Sure. What's the point? What's the point though, Dan? We're not going to get an A grade if you. What's the point? You know? Because it's fun. Nah, it's not fun. Not allowed. Yeah, chat. Someone said acceptable proxy on Reddit. What do you think? Honest answers. Acceptable proxy. Is this a defiler because it's got a hammerhead on its base? Dog shit. I don't think it's dog shit. I think it's a bad proxy. No chance. Nah, this is rough. This one's rough. If you take an old hammerhead, is when is a hammerhead not a hammerhead? When it's a defiler. So that's all wrong? What do you mean? Big. Big. Tall. That's it, done. Call it. It's just funny, isn't it? It's just acceptable proxy. Bro, it's a fucking Saturnine. What's everyone saying? This is okay to proxy proxy size-wise. We're running both for the same loadout. Las cannons, ectoplasma, and excruciator. Where's the las cannon? Do you draw line of sight to the hammerhead or the Saturnine dread? Both. Both. What now? Checkmate. Checkmate, liberal. You draw line of sight to both. It begins having an advantage because it protrudes further than the base, but you can get advantages like shooting around terrain while still in the contact with objectives or blocking lanes. Oh, interesting. It's a bit weird, but works. The internet's too nice. The internet's too nice. Base has approach dimensions are good. You probably need to use the base limits for drawing line of sight from your model. A true line of sight when drawing it to your model. Various of day with dealing with overhang. Yeah, I don't know why the hammerhead's hanging over the base so much. Is that supposed to represent the claw? I don't know. I don't know, bro. Just fucking... Sometimes people get well creative and it's just like someone needed to tell these guys to stop. You know? Yeah, in a casual game, I wouldn't care, but in a tournament, if I saw that, I'd be like, what are you on about? It's an idea I can see with some work. Yeah, I mean, like, using like a Saturnine as the body and a Defiler legs would be quite cool. You know? I'll never understand. I just want to wholesale use 30k mini 40k without changing anything. What do you mean, no way out changing anything? It stood on a hammerhead. It stood on a hammerhead. What do you mean they haven't changed it? When would a Saturnine ever stand on a hammerhead in 30k? Liberal. Funny. I love Reddit. Reddit's so funny sometimes because it just fucking, just the people on there just like, yeah, is this alright? Everyone's like, yeah, go on then. Yeah, it's so cool. It's like, bro, do you play Warhammer? Do you do any of this? Are you ever involved with any of this? Or do you just go on Reddit? You know what I mean? Oh yeah, they used the spike sprue. That's true. They stuck little Emperor Children logos on it as well. Did you think about that? Did you think about that? No? Didn't think so. I can't find what I wanted to show you. It can't have been that exciting, or otherwise I would have remembered it. When I don't really care at a tourney, though, the only person I've seen sweat modelling or for 10 points for painter was Jamartin. Oh, so that guy was like, that was ridiculous, though. You know? That was ridiculous. The guy hadn't bothered painting his models. They were just prime blue. And he didn't have a base for one of them, so I penalised him. Jamartin didn't ask me for it, just to clarify. I penalised the guy. And I was just like, you're on a team, so I can't say get out and take your models off the board, because then it ruins the pairing for 5 games for everybody, you know what I mean? Like 5 teams. Well, arguably 10 teams, so like, because it ruins the pairing round 1, and it ruins the opponent's pairing, and then it ruins every pairing up for that point. If it was just like a singles, I would have said, no, you can't play that. It was ridiculous, though. So like a guy turned up where all of his models are 3D printed, which is against our event pack, but it's like something that I kind of like. I'm not like an enforcer of like, you can't use 3D printed models. I'm like kind of like past at the point where I don't care anymore, because they used to be shit and they used to look shit, but now whatever. But like, it basically like rattle canned some models light blue, and then had 10 cultists which were painted, and then the rest of the army still smelt like resin and what didn't have bases. Like half of it didn't have bases. I know how hard to take this is, but having a painted base now is more about showing respect to your opponent. Yeah, like, it's having respect for everybody else there, because if everyone is following the rules of you have to have fully painted models, and you haven't bothered, like, that is ridiculous, you know? That is just, it's just rude. It's just rude. Because otherwise, if it was a tournament where I said you didn't have to paint your models, it doesn't matter. But it's a tournament where you're supposed to have painted models and you've not bothered. Like, You bought a ticket knowing it, you know. No, there's like barely any tournaments in the world that allow unpainted models unless they're like little starter events, you know what I mean? So, so yeah, like just to clarify, I penalised the guy. I said he couldn't have painted points for the army, you know, the games. But no, I was very lenient. Yeah, I was very lenient, Power Program. I would say I was very lenient because of the situation, of the fact that it was a team event. Realistically, you know, I should have just said no, get out. You know, take those mods off. Because normally I've done it before. I've gone. I like had a guy turn up to a tournament once and he hadn't bothered painting his models. They're all just primed black and they had like spot colours on. I said that's not fully painted. So it's 3 colours. I said, well, where in my event pack say you can turn up with 3 colour models? And I made him paint them on the day. He like spent an hour in the first round painting models, you know. And then this guy just hadn't bothered. It was just like prime blue, and then the Mauler feed didn't have a base. And I was like, you're not getting painted models, you know. You're not getting painted points for this game or any game. And then I saw that he didn't have a base for his Mauler feed, and I said, I didn't see that last time. Pinage you again, take that model off the board. But then Nick was like, I'll lend him a base. I was like, but it was ridiculous, but I was way too lenient because I was like, it's a team event. But yeah, if it was singles, I would have just said, no, you can't. Because then I'm only affecting 5 games rather than the pairings for fucking 40, like 2 teams per round, you know, 8 people every round. I'm affecting their pairings. So it was bad though. It was really bad. I mean, he went back and made an effort overnight, but I said you weren't having painting points. That's it. I've already made my decision. You've took the piss. But it was ridiculous. Yeah, it literally just primed models, and they were like, the thing is with it was like 3D printed models, which is like I said, against rules, but whatever. You know, I don't really enforce that, and for 11th, it's going to be coming out of the pack anyway. But like, they still stank resin. That was the issue. It's like they'd barely been cured. You know, I was surprised liquid resin wasn't leaking onto the table. What would you do if someone rocked up with Marines on 25 bases still? I'd say you got to take them off. Yeah, I'd say you got to take them off because they're not based properly. You know, we even have a basing chart now. You know, we have a full thing that explains what size base model should be on. So I would take them off as well. And they spell it's a safety hazard. Yeah, exactly. They hadn't been cured properly. It was really bad. So, but yeah, the problem is it was a team event situation. I probably should have said no. You've ruined it for the entire team, not just you. I was very lenient. And I'm not like regretful of being lenient, but I would say I was definitely very lenient and I won't do it again. You know what I mean? There's a reason I was so lenient because of the team aspect, but realistically I shouldn't have been. I should have just gone, no. That's shit. So yeah. So anyway, if you go into one of my tournaments, chat, don't come up with fucking prime models, because I'm gonna you're gonna feel the brunt of it all. You know? You're gonna feel the brunt of it compared to that guy. So speaking of tournaments, if anything that I've just said makes you think, wow, Mike, I really want to come to a tournament, I'm running a one-day tournament on the 6th of June. It is the last 10th edition tournament we're running. It's a one-day, 3-game, 32 players. I think we've sold like 20 tickets already. We've got 14 in stock. There's all 18, so it's a good size event for a one-dayer. We are allowing, for this one, because it's the last one we kind of want to blow out, we're allowing only painted models. But we're also allowing Legends choice. So anything that has Legends rules and a points cost, then you... That's more attendees than Games Workshop's Age of Sigmar tournament. Yes, it is. So we are allowing Legends as long as they've got a points cost, and we're also allowing the Crucible of Champion, Crucible Legends rules from the supplement that came out recently. So we are basically allowing anything to happen, and we might even play random missions, but I'm just not decided on that bit yet. We might play deploy the server schools mission. Just for a laugh. But yeah, it should be a good event, should be good fun. Like 18 people, there's going to be cake, there's going to be goodie bags and stuff. It's at the Outpost. We love the Outpost. There's 14 remaining. We do have another one that's happening on October 17th, but no tickets have sold because it's not 11th edition yet, which is understandable. But it's the last 10th edition event we're running, so if you'd like to come along, I'll leave a link in the chat. That'd be very cool. Like I say, we've got a good size event now. We might be able to sell them all. There's only 14 left, which isn't a lot. I know it's in like 3 weeks, and maybe you don't live near Sheffield, but if you fancy a day out, with parasocial, a few parasocial people coming as well, which is fun. Good few people, regulars in the chat and stuff are coming. So can people use deep striking Terminators? Nah, Venturers. Yeah, we're using the updated rules. So you can use Legends, but you have to use the updated rules. You can't use the old rules. Will end of November, December event be teams again? Yeah, you can actually already get that now. So if you go shop and go event tickets, you can see Teams Tournament, multiple dates, as you can see. Teams 2 is still there, but Teams 3 is already on sale. So we've sold 2 tickets so far. But yeah, Teams 3, 5th and 6th of December. I just need to remove the April one. But yeah. So now you can just go and you can click this drop-down box and just choose the date. You know what I mean? So this one might be getting expanded if we sell enough, but we've just got to sell enough. It's obviously early. I've not shouted about it too much, but it is in 6 months' time. So 7 months' time even. But yes. Yeah, we have an event in August as well. As you can see, All Stars August. So I'll be making an event page for this one shortly. But this will be our first 11th edition GT. So on the 28th, 29th and 30th of August. So again, 64. Currently, we're probably going to be able to bump that to 80 players as long as the demand's there. So yeah. Anyway, I think that's it. That's it for today, chat. So I'm going to go now. So thanks so much for watching. I might come to that when I'm on summer break. Oh yeah, please do. It'd be really fun. But yeah, I'm going to go now, chat. I can't stick around till 4, I'm afraid. But I won't be live Friday. I will be live Friday. Actually, I will be live Friday on the War Machine channel. Because as I've mentioned a couple of times, I'm at Lock and Load this weekend. I'm trying to find it. I'm at Lock and Load this weekend. I'm streaming the keynotes that are happening for War Machine. So if you'd like to come along, I'll leave a link to that as well. It's £10 to get in for a day. If you want to come along to the seminars, I think you have to pay extra, but if you get a VIP pass, you get free access. But yeah, that's happening this weekend. So I'll be streaming War Machine, and then the weekend I'm going to be editing videos, I think. Yeah, I think I'll be going to there like all day Friday, and then probably like Saturday and Sunday, Saturday afternoon, maybe Sunday morning. But yeah, I'm going to be trying to fucking get these videos finished. So, and also, finally, I mentioned it before, but if you are an editor and you're looking for work, please drop me a DM with an edit reel or something like that. I'm currently looking for another editor. I've had a few people message me, but none of them have like jumped out at me yet. So if you're looking for work, you know how to edit, you can make funny videos, you want a job, or at least some freelance work, maybe something on the side or something, do let me know. So that's it. Thanks for watching. Appreciate you. And I'll catch you next week. Appreciate it. Thanks for watching, everyone. Bye-bye now. Exclamation Warback in chat, 20% off. All those other things, G Fuel, etc. Love you. Bye. Thanks for watching, bye. Been good chat. Thanks for checking out. Appreciate it.